You gotta love Joe Burrow, man. One, he already gets the seal of approval from everybody from Detroit, man, because we wear the yays, right? Y'all call them Cartiers, we call them yays, and he needs a pair of buffs to take it over the top. But he has one more game to win. But I love the fact that he takes those chips on his shoulder and the levels of disrespect. We saw that every once in a while we think that we know who's going to win and who's going to be in the tournament. Every once in a while we have those outliers like the Philadelphia Eagles who walked around during their run with actual dog mask on and rode that all the way to the championship.
Wait, D-Wood, let's analyze what just happened here. Joe Burrow's on a team that a year ago won 4 games. They just beat Kansas City, who was hosting the AFC Championship game for the 4th consecutive season. They were in the last 2 Super Bowls and won 1 of them. They have a quarterback that is going to the Hall of Fame. They have a coach who's going to the Hall of Fame. And Joe Burrow, with a straight face, just said, well, we beat the 2nd best team twice. That is some chutzpah, and I'll explain to you what that means later. Take it, D-Wood.
Yeah, listen, man, let me tell you this. First of all, they beat them twice in a month. Twice in a month. So I love quarterbacks that bring all the smoke. You ask any player would tell you they would love playing with guys, especially a quarterback who has this amount of petty to him. Those type of guys really breathe life into your whole team. And that's what it's really been about as far as Joe Burrow is concerned. The amazing turnaround with the Cincinnati Bengals, it starts with him, the confidence that he exudes. You see it in the interviews. You see it in the swag and the things that he wears. I love it, man. If I could come back, that's the guy I would come back and play with right there.
Hey, let's talk to Dan Graziano. No one knows swag quite the way you do. Joe Burrow really does have a somewhat unique. This is not the way quarterbacks traditionally do it. The ones who are groomed to be the great ones, they don't usually do a lot of talking, and they certainly don't do it this early in their careers. So this is kind of maybe this is kind of the new frontier. We live in a different world than we lived in the 70s and 80s when football sort of became what it is today. Maybe he's the beginning of something different.
Maybe he's unique. Look, I mean, he's in the Super Bowl in his 2nd season. Matthew Stafford took 13 seasons to get to the Super Bowl. And you can say, oh, he was in Detroit. Burrow's in Cincinnati. It's not like there's some incredible history of winning there, right? Look, this is the perfect young man for the right place and the right time. This is what the Cincinnati Bengals needed. He is a transformative presence. And D-Wood is right. Like, the players in that locker room love this. They love this guy. They love playing for him. They love that he has changed the entire mindset of the fan base, of the city, of the roster, of the front office. They feel like they belong. They're probably pretty sure they're going to win the game, no matter what anybody else thinks. And given the impact he's had in a short period of time and the extent to which he has delivered on his promise and on whatever, fun boast he's having a good time making, if I'm the Cincinnati Bengals, I am not trading this guy for anyone in the world. He's exactly the right person for this franchise at this time.
Listen, you have to finish the deal. We've seen guys get to the finish line and not cross it and finish it. If he finishes this deal, this will be one of the greatest swags that ever happened in sports, right? And remember Rex came in and said, oh, I didn't come here to kiss Bill Belichick rings. But, we fell short. But if he finishes the deal, listen, Baker Mayfield's already probably the 4th best quarterback in the state of Ohio, including a couple high schools. But, man, we'll have Joe Burrow on those progressive commercials after this. They'll kick him out of the commercials.
Imagine being Baker Mayfield and having a shot taken at him today for something like this. Here's what I'll say to finish this up. I keep saying we keep comparing Burrow to the wrong people. He's not Tom Brady. He's not Joe Montana. He's Broadway Joe. He's Joe Namath. The swag you're talking about was Joe Namath as an 18-point underdog saying he guarantees we're going to beat the Colts and then beating them in the Super Bowl. And then later, when someone asked him, was that game a fluke? He said, well, if we played each other 10 times, they would probably beat us once. That's what Namath said. And that's what Joe Burrow would say. Dan, final word.
I remember talking to Burrow before the season, and one of the questions we asked him was about best college rivalries. And he said, oh, yeah, the Alabama game last year at LSU, that was pretty good because we knew we were going to win that game. And I said, was there any game that year you didn't know you were going to win? He said, nope. And that, I mean, it was as simple as that. Like that. So he did this 2 years
see that
ago.
Jet game coming.
He hasn't lost. Yeah, he lost to the Jets, but he hasn't lost. He hasn't lost a game he needed to win. In that season at LSU and this season here, he hasn't lost a game he needed to win, and maybe he has one more in him. We'll see. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.